Welcome back. Today we're looking at scary water videos and things that terrify a guy like me, because I am very afraid of the deep water, the ocean, lakes, pools that are a little too deep, pools that I can't stand up in, and sometimes the bath when I close my eyes and I picture myself adrift at sea with sharks closing in around me, all that good stuff. So we do this a lot. I don't know why I'm explaining it to you. You've seen me do this before. There's like a 99% chance you've seen me do this before. So let's just jump. Let's dive into it, you could say. Headphones on so I can really feel like I'm about to get grabbed by a monster beneath me. I'm psyching myself out here. I'm mentally preparing. I can already see this is not going to be a good time. That's fine. Just a little shallow water as long as it doesn't get... Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, he immediately just nopes out of that. He's not down for that. He was like deliberately swimming to go see this, and as soon as he saw it, he was like, I'm out of here. And honestly, same. That's crazy. Where is this that it drops so sharply? You can't even see a hint of it ending. And the water's very clear. Like this is deep. This is deep, I would even say. This is like Finding Nemo. When they go to the drop-off? They're going to the drop-off? Yeah, that's terrifying. If this was me, though, I would have this panic moment right here, but then I would swim backwards because I don't want to go above this. You know what I mean? As soon as I'm above this and can't see it, it's suddenly in my mind full of creatures trying to grab my legs, you know? So, yeah, this is scary. I get why you'd want to dip out on that one, but I wouldn't go up until I was not above it anymore. I mean, he could have gone up because he just wanted air and wasn't actually freaking out, but in my eyes, this is a great place for freaking out. Also, before we go too much further, if you're wondering, I got a new microphone. I'm not sure if it's going to be the new microphone that we continue to use. I'm kind of testing it today. It doesn't pick up background noise like the other one, so I can film with my ceiling fan on and my AC on because it's 100 degrees outside, and that's actually pretty crucial. I'm hoping it sounds good, but it will definitely sound different no matter what. So sorry for that. Also, if I move away from the microphone, it doesn't pick me up as well. So I have to be better about staying right in front of it, like a little talk show host. But anyway, just so that you're not wondering why it sounds different, that's why. And that's also why I'm doing it. Okay, this one's funny because, like, as soon as this video dropped last week, I instantly got, like, 4 DMs back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and actually 5 later on. So yeah, this came out, you guys saw it, and you sent it straight to me, and I appreciate that. I don't even have to look around the internet anymore. People just send me these videos now. You've made my job easier, and also scarier. Thank you for that. So here we go. Let's see what you guys sent me. I actually haven't watched it yet. I bookmarked it, and I haven't watched it yet. So here we go. Gosh, not a good time so far. Really not a good time so far. That guy's just like in a... Oh, man. Why is there an anglerfish this far up, man? No. Giant guy again. What in the Final Destination? Oh, this is gonna hurt, boy. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. I always say this because there's always a giant guy in these videos. The giant guy is always like the least scary part, minus the reveal that he's there. Like, it's ominous, but he always eats them at the end, and I'm always like, whatever, you know, who cares? But everything else was terrifying. It was immersive. The propeller, I hated it. I hated every second of it. Fantastic work, though. Don't take me the wrong way. It's great. Keep making them. And then you guys keep sending them to me. But I'm not having fun while watching it. You know what I mean? I also like that they put a shark in here, but the shark was not the villain of the video. The shark was just chilling. And I think that's good. We need more positive shark representation because they're actually, apparently, kind of sweet little guys. Sometimes. But I really liked this guy who just has a little posse of fish speed matching him as he goes by. Not even bothered. He's just like, as for me and my fish, we shall leave. But the guy just default posing by the propeller. It was funny in its own way, but man, that was scary. Didn't like that. That's my shortest Blockbusters. They don't usually do water videos, so hopefully this spells them doing more. Okay, this is a diving bell. I don't know if that's actually what you call it, but this is like way at the bottom of somewhere in the ocean. And it's saturation divers coming out of it and descending into the abyss, basically. With awesome copyrighted music playing that you probably aren't hearing. But let me tell you, it's awesome. And also the total wrong vibe for how scary this is. Dude. That's just another day of work for you? These like deep sea, bottom of the ocean engineer type, you know? Because they do like fixing pipelines and stuff. Like this video is from the same guy. Like they're just down here. Like they're just down here at the bottom of the ocean. Just like fixing up some pipes, man. With a flashlight. That's crazy. Oof. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nothing, but that scared me for a sec too. Jeez, dude. I don't know how deep they are in this specific video, but I would guess it's around 600 or so feet because that's how deep they are in other videos where they do mention it, which is like 200 meters or something. So they're way down there, like for real. And they don't like do this job and then go home at the end of the day. Like they go do this job and they go back to the little deep sea pod and then they move somewhere maybe and do it again tomorrow or something. I don't know how it works, but you know, they're down there for a while. They're saturation divers. It's just, you know, it's crazy. Like when you're done with this, you just go into a pod that's also deep in the water. Like this is like real life Subnautica, actually. Respect. Kayak tied to a small wreck. Oh boy. There's the kayak. And it's tied. Oh my gosh, this is so frantic and stressful, man. Wow. Why are you trying to talk, man? We can't hear you. This is crazy. Also, I don't know what they're filming it with, but it's like zoomed times 10 and also like fisheye lens. It looks like they're like an inch away from it, but they're obviously not. Yikes, dude. That's crazy. I don't like this. But yeah, the kayak must be there to like mark it. Like, hey, watch out. Don't go speeding over this spot. There's a boat just under the surface. But yeah, terrifying. The frantic filming honestly makes it better. It makes it scarier because I don't really get a clear look at what I'm seeing, but I just know that it's there. Big old grimy boat wreck. Nasty. Okay, speaking of big old grimy nasty boat wrecks, here's a animation of the Titanic sinking into the depths. How'd that make you feel? Bad? Me too. And also, I was thinking about how great it would be if there was a giant guy at the end. Every ocean video should just have giant guy shows up and eats the cameraman. Even the educational ones. This is like someone just illustrating what it was like for that big of a boat to sink, but you could still use a giant guy. Giant guy could still be there. He could be watching it. He could be like, oh, cool, giant boat to play with, you know? If I was a giant guy, I would have been there for this. This is like an aquatic giant man's equivalent of the moon landing. This is big. Literally. And this top comment, didn't this Titanic sink in separate pieces? Someone said, yes, that's the stern section. So are they saying that this is just one section, not even the whole thing? Hold on, let's see. As much as I don't want to watch it again. Oh yeah, this starts in the middle. This is just half of it. Look at that. Why is it scarier on the second watch? I was like not ready for this time, but I've already seen it. What's going on with that? But yeah, that's just half the boat. The Titanic was too long. I know that hindsight's 2020, and obviously I know that it didn't work out. I think if I was there, At the time, I would have been like, this boat might be too long and too big. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. This is too much, you know? I think you made too big of a boat. And I don't know if we know how to make that big of a boat safely yet, you know? Here we go, an animated one in kind of a pool room situation. Just to shake it up a little bit. I feel like we watch a video from this page like every topic we look at, so why not thalassophobia? These ones don't usually feature any sort of like jump scare. It's just tension, so I'm not really expecting one. And that's not me trying to trick you either. They usually feel like it could happen, but they don't. But what gets me for these is obviously like the abyss. The water is like jet black, like pitch black, and then the waves are like so high that they make it feel like they could push you off, you know? And you also know you're walking on like wet tile, which is very slippery. So it always feels like they could slip into the abyss any second. Okay, I was like about to feel really bad if there was a jump scare after I was like, there never is, you can trust me. Yeah, so like just something about it. Look at how dark and deep everything is. Obviously, it's like a little fantasy realm here, so maybe that makes it unrelatable, but it's spooky. I don't know if I like it, you know? I don't know if I'd like being there. Here we go. Some cave diving sped up, which makes it feel kind of silly and fun, but it's not. Kieran, put some silly and fun music over this really quick. And now put scary music over it. Yeah. Not so fun now, is it? This sort of cave diving is so stressful, dude. We've gotten a lot of wide open ocean stuff today, creature stuff, pool room stuff, and now how about some claustrophobic? Cave that's water for who knows how long. I mean, I like that this person is holding their oxygen tank. That's what I'd be doing. If it's on my back, it is 1000% rubbing up against the ceiling and getting jammed into one of these spikes. There goes my air. I die. I'm holding it like a baby all the way through. For sure. But yeah, so stressful. Imagine getting like wedged, even for a second though. You know, even if like, you get wedged and you kind of get stuck just for a second and then you get out, those couple seconds have got to be the most stressful moment of your entire life. It's one thing to get stuck in a cave. That's scary. People have died from getting stuck in caves quite a lot. But getting stuck in a cave underwater in the dark where like actually no one can come save you, I doubt this has more than like an hour of air in it, if even that, you know? No one's gonna get to you if you get stuck. Thankfully, I don't think anyone's stupid enough to go down here by themselves, so if you ever got stuck, hopefully the guy that is with you or like whoever's filming like could help. But man, just getting wedged for a second, oh man, a certain kind of bravery. This to me is more frightening than like the deep sea, like pipeline abyss. And that's saying something because that's also extremely dangerous and terrifying. But there's something about the illusion, like obviously you couldn't swim to the surface when you're at the abyss. You could maybe swim to your like little diving bell thing, I guess, maybe. But like this, like you've got no options and you're hyper aware of that at all times. It feels worse. And they both feel terrible. Okay, here we go. Picture from Finding Nemo. This is our second Finding Nemo reference for the day. And yes, this scene terrified me as a child. This movie came out in like, what, 2003? 2003. Why did I know that? So I was 10 when this movie came out. And let me tell you guys, 10-year-old me did not love this part. In fact, 10-year-old me struggled with that movie, but I was like the only one in my family who was terrified and everyone else was having a great time, so I just put up with it. I was like, I guess I'm a big baby. But yeah, this whole section of the movie, and when he goes down to the abyss, we saw that in theaters, dude, and I was terrified. Here we go, some kelp diving. Very nice. He's got his little spear gun out, as if he's expecting to be attacked at any second, which I think you should be, my friend. That's certainly what it feels like. There's just something lurking in the murk. Yeah, this is crazy. And it's dark because the whatever this is, kelp. I almost said creepvine. Kelp is like all the way up and covering the light for the most part, so it's so dark in there. Spooky, dude. Yep, time to go up. Whew. I like that he goes down there and like doesn't move at all, just goes down, scaredly looks around for like 30 seconds and is like, okay, that's enough. If I ever did this, which I don't know if I would, that would be exactly me. I wouldn't go down there and explore. I go down, panic for a little while, and then I dip. And I'm proud of myself for doing it. I was down there for more than a second, and I also didn't have a heart attack. That's a win. Pretty cool. Speaking of me panicking, I don't have much for you today as far as my own contributions, like I've been doing with other types of content, but I still wanted to include this.
I've made a mistake.
I was paddleboarding.
I made a tremendous mistake.
And I went over this giant, scary tree.
It's not worth it.
And this stupid goose. Yep.
Jeez.
It was pretty scary, so that's my contribution, my own thalassophobia video for you. I braved the water, and it was not worth it. Nah, it's worth it, as long as I don't have to go over anything scary like that. Taking a short break while doing hole inspections. Nice. I respect that you go to the scariest part of the whole boat and pose with it. You know, like this is the worst thing you could do technically. Obviously, they should know that you're down there and not turn it on or go. Like this is all planned. But like we've heard stories of people turning on the propeller like on accident or like forgetting that someone was down there or not knowing someone was down there. Like didn't get communicated properly. Like it's happened. Rarely, but it's happened. But I respect doing like the scariest thing that you could do and just being like, I don't care at all, man. I'm chilling down here, taking a little break down here. It's like, dude, if I took a break, it would be not still down here. I would do my job and then I would get out. I'm not gonna go down there and be like, let's extend this excursion. Let's hang out here for longer than we need to. But that's why I respect it, I think, because this is not me, for sure. Free diving with scuba divers at dusk. It looks like they're in the abyss, but I know that they're not. But it just, man. This is such a high quality video. We never get videos this high of quality for this situation. Oh, okay, that's the surface right there. I see it. So they're probably like 15 feet down, maybe? Or so, hard to tell. Dang, there's a bunch of people down here too. This is like a whole thing. They're like kind of making it look fun. But I also like that no one's shining the light outwards. They're all looking straight down. They're just like checking out the sand. Maybe because it's like a little too scary to think about what's out there, you know? You just kind of got to look down, keep your head down. This is a sweet shot though. Look at that, man. Looks like the sun is still setting in this one. A little bit of twilight left. That's really cool, but also like terrifying. Like, this is like cinematic thalassophobia content. This is like a James Cameron movie. It seems like there's like 10 people down here too. Dang, dude, this is crazy. Wow. I'm kind of enthralled by this. This is like I'm forgetting to be scared because it's kind of cool. Wow. That's crazy. Whoa. Dude, yeah, they're just underneath a bridge. This is also a beautiful shot for like other reasons. What a nice shot. This is cool. Yeah, this one gave me mixed emotion. This is terrifying by every sense of the word, but man, it's kind of like a vibe, you know? Kind of made me feel cozy a little bit. All it would have taken is like a fish or like something to swim overhead or anything to like make it extremely scary again, but they're like close enough to the surface. It's obviously just like a lake or like a river, and there's like 10 of them. I think there's a strength in that many people, because if a creature decided to eat someone, the odds are pretty good it's not going to be me, and that makes me feel a little safer. I mean, sorry to the guy that gets eaten, but I will unfortunately be glad it was not me. But cool video, man. That was awesome. People are willing to die in the most avoidable ways. I don't know, maybe I'm desensitized because of what we've seen today, but this doesn't seem that dangerous, you know? I feel like it'd be hard to die in this situation. Don't try, but like you can swim up. It's not deep enough to get the bends. It's not deep enough to like not be able to get out for whatever reason, seemingly. You know, obviously anything weird can happen, but it's not that dangerous. I'm not about to like justify this for me. I'm not going to do this, but like if you're a scuba diver, this isn't like the craziest thing you could go do, especially with like all these people looking out for you too. Anyway, we'll move on. That was a great video though. I like that. That was a fun one. It probably won't ever get better than this. Ooh, yeah, I think it might actually, for me at least. Wow. You just like, we're swimming by 10 whales? Just goofing around? That's crazy. What a weird thing to see. I don't even know what to say about that. It's not even scary, it's just kind of strange to just see so many whales just hanging out right below the water like that. They all seem like they're focused in on this whale right here. I don't know if this one's like needs help, or if, I don't know, this is like the hot whale and they're all trying to like impress her. I don't know what's going on here, but what a crazy thing to see. This is kind of freaky, you know? That's too much whale, I think. If you want to be scared though, look at what's around them. You know, there's just like a whole lot of nothing. Somehow, like, 10 whales looks like just a bunch of fish hanging out because of how big the ocean is. And honestly, this guy's kind of right. Like, if you're looking for this, if you're like a swimmer, diver kind of guy, you're probably never going to see 10 whales just chilling right below you ever again. This is a one-time thing, for sure. A little octopus friend? Where is he? That's not it. There you... That little yelp. Hey, buddy. Sorry for shining a giant beam of light into your eyes in the middle of the night. It's funny because it looks like there's someone else with them. You can see a separate flashlight. Like right there, someone else has a flashlight on them. And they've got like a really dull light, which I think is probably better. This guy was like, screw it, we're bringing a light beam. Look at this poor, like, this fish looks mad when he shines the light on him. He's just like, bro, come on, man. It's the middle of the night, I was sleeping. Cool little octopus. It's really dark down there. Tell you what, you are in the sea creature's habitat for sure. The last thing this guy expected was you to come down and shine a light in his face, but you know what? What's he doing out of bed, you know? Wait, is this that video again? Oh, it's not that video? Wait, what is happening? What is this video? Oh, I hate not knowing the context of this one. Is this one like an actual video? Like, is this someone that's just showing us the boat, or is this gonna be one that spooks us? I always feel sort of safe when I know it's just like a real thing. I think it is. This is just someone like showing off the propeller of the boat and how clean they got it, maybe. Wow. This is nerve-wracking. Oh, man. Fade to black is also so cruel in this. Wow, they're just under this massive ship, just swimming around, man. That's crazy, dude. It's crazy because I swear this is the same angle as the other video, is it not? Okay, look at this. And then look at this. Okay, I'm at least not crazy for thinking it was the same video. That's wild. It's like the same spot. They even have the boat with like a cable attached to it. Man, like it felt like just a honest propeller cleaning video type thing. Like it shouldn't have been that scary. But because I was like feeling this one, that's crazy, dude. That's wild. Yeah, this one was terrifying. This right here. Oh, with the sound of the boat, like, running. Like, if the propeller could come on any second. It's, like, just dark and murky enough. Man, this one was great. And unintentionally scary, you know? Like, the ones that are just someone who just does this for work, like an actual just diver, and they show you the most horrifying thing you've ever seen. They're just like, this is my office. Dude, that's crazy. Children's book cover. Okay, this is more of a silly one, for sure. But, yeah, nice little illustration. Definitely could scare a small child. At least one that has a negative imagination like I do, where I imagine bad things happening instead of good things that could happen. I see this as a kid. I'm not like, wow, a big friend. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna freaking die. We've seen this picture before as well. This drop off right here is crazy. You got land. You'd never expect the water to just drop like that just off the coast, but it does. Also, this is suspiciously square. What's going on here? What in the Minecraft is happening here? Hard to tell. I would love to see like a, well, I don't know if I'd love to see it, but like fly a helicopter around a little bit and kind of like give me some perspective so I can feel how big this is. Okay, last one. Oh, hey, look, a plane flying over something. Dang. Only 4-second video. Dude, keep rolling. This is sweet. This is the big blue hole in Belize, I believe. It's a lot of B words. Great blue hole in Belize, yeah. Man, that's crazy, dude. Whew. Dang, I wish we got more than 4 seconds. This is such a cool view. That's so much water, though, and so much variation in depth. And this just being a hole that goes down. Who knows how far? In fact, very easy to find out how far. This is a very famous place, so we do know how far. But like, just imagine, who knows how far? You know, this could go down for thousands of feet. It could. I tell you, it really could. It doesn't, but it could. It is 400 feet deep, 124 meters. And let me tell you guys, that's too deep. 400 feet deep is actually pretty crazy because the video, like I said, the pipeline video where it looked like they were at the bottom of the deepest abyss, that was like probably around 600 feet. And honestly, I'm a firm believer of anything past like 50 feet is just like, you might as well be at the abyss. You know, like it's once you're so far down that you can't swim up without getting the bends, you're too far down. We just weren't supposed to do that. That's not human territory. That's creature territory. That's monster territory. Get out of there. What are you doing? Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I hope you had fun. Hopefully my new microphone pans out for me because it would be really nice to be able to film without melting to death. It'll make my job a little bit easier. And that's exactly what a YouTuber needs, is their job being even easier. I almost was uncomfortable for a second there. That was a close one. My job was almost hard. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't yet and feel like it. And yeah, I've got some good videos coming up, and one that just happened. Like, you just watched a good video, I think. So stick around for that. And also, thanks for hanging out with me today. I had a good time. That was scary, though. My, that was scary. Bye-bye. And then a giant guy shows up. Oh, I'm a giant guy.